"The only limit to our realization of tomorrow will be our doubts of today," said Franklin D. Roosevelt. Ambition, you see, it's a yearning, a hunger for something beyond the mundane. But ambition without goals, well, it's like a ship without a rudder, lost at sea. To truly grasp the future you desire, to actualize your potential, a roadmap is essential. A meticulously crafted plan, infused with your dedicated efforts, is the only way to navigate the treacherous waters of life and reach the shores of your aspirations. Now, some might scoff at the idea of a structured approach to life. Life is about spontaneity, they might say, or following a plan stifles creativity. But let me ask you this: have the proponents of such whimsical notions truly achieved anything of significance? Have they tasted the sweet nectar of a hard-won victory? Or are they content to drift aimlessly, buffeted by the winds of chance? The truth, and it's a truth many are hesitant to confront, is that a structured, disciplined approach, one built on the bedrock of clear goals and unwavering commitment, that's the only path to achieving anything worthwhile. We begin with the first principle: define your goal. This is not some nebulous desire, some vague notion floating in the ether. No, this is about specificity, about crystallizing your ambition into a tangible target. What does it mean to be specific? It means being able to articulate your goal with such clarity, such precision, that an outsider could understand it without ambiguity. Imagine, if you will, an archer aiming at a target shrouded in mist. Can he strike true with any certainty? Of course not. But dispel the fog, let the target come into sharp focus, and the archer's aim becomes precise, deadly. The same principle applies to our goals. A vague desire to be successful is akin to that mist-shrouded target. It lacks definition, leaving you directionless. Instead, ask yourself, what does success look like to you? Is it a promotion at work? Is it mastering a new skill? Is it starting your own business? Be precise. Quantify your goals whenever possible. Instead of earning more money, aim for a specific salary increase. Instead of losing weight, target a specific number of pounds. This specificity, you see, it's not some arbitrary constraint on your ambition. It's the very foundation upon which you will build your success. It's the compass guiding you through the chaotic seas of life, ensuring you remain on course to your desired destination. Now, once you have that clearly defined objective, that mountain you're determined to climb, it's easy to feel overwhelmed. The sheer scale of the endeavor can be paralyzing, but here's the secret: you don't climb a mountain in a single leap. You conquer it step by step, foothold by foothold. And that's where the principle of breaking down your goals comes into play. Take that seemingly insurmountable objective and deconstruct it. Break it down into smaller, more manageable milestones. These become your stepping stones, your strategic points of progress along the path to the summit. Remember, the human mind thrives on accomplishment. Each small victory, each milestone achieved, reinforces your commitment, fuels your motivation, and propels you further along your journey. Imagine, for instance, you're writing a book. The thought of producing hundreds of pages of coherent, engaging prose can be daunting, to say the least. But break it down. Set a daily word count goal, 1,000 words perhaps. Suddenly the task feels manageable, and as you consistently hit that daily target, the pages begin to accumulate, the manuscript takes shape, and that once insurmountable mountain is gradually conquered, one step at a time. This principle applies to any goal, whether it's a personal project, a career aspiration, or a financial objective. Break it down, deconstruct the complex into the manageable, and watch as you steadily ascend towards your ultimate goal. Now, having broken down your goals into manageable milestones, we move on to the crucial stage of planning. This is where you transition from passive aspiration to active strategizing. Just as an architect meticulously drafts blueprints before laying the first brick, you too must craft a detailed plan, a roadmap to guide your actions and ensure your efforts are directed effectively. This plan is not about shackling your creativity or stifling spontaneity. On the contrary, it's about providing a framework within which your creativity can flourish. It's about establishing clear guidelines, deadlines, and action steps for each milestone you've identified. Think of it as a military campaign. A general doesn't lead his troops into battle without a well-defined strategy, accounting for variables, anticipating challenges, and outlining contingency plans. Your plan should be no different. For each milestone, ask yourself, What specific actions are required? What resources are needed? What potential obstacles might arise? And how will I overcome them? This meticulous approach, this willingness to confront the complexities beforehand, is what separates those who merely dream from those who achieve. Remember, a goal without a plan is just a wish, but a goal fortified by a well-structured plan, that, my friends, becomes a force to be reckoned with. Now, with your plan in place, your milestones defined, and your action steps outlined, we confront a new challenge, the tyranny of the urgent. Life, you see, has a way of throwing distractions our way, of presenting us with competing demands on our time and energy. It's all too easy to get caught up in the whirlwind of the everyday, to lose sight of the bigger picture, of the goals we've set for ourselves. That's why prioritization is paramount. It's about discerning the essential from the inconsequential, about ruthlessly focusing on the tasks that truly move the needle, that bring you closer to your ultimate objective. The Pareto principle, also known as the 80-20th rule, offers a valuable insight here. It suggests that roughly 80% of your results come from 20% of your efforts. The key is to identify that critical 20%, those high-impact tasks that truly matter, and prioritize them relentlessly. Now, this doesn't mean neglecting the remaining 80% entirely, but it does mean being deliberate, conscious of where you're allocating your time and energy. Learn to delegate, to automate, or to simply eliminate tasks that don't contribute significantly to your overall goal. Remember, your time and energy are finite resources. Invest them wisely. Prioritization is not merely a time management technique, it's a fundamental life skill. It's about aligning your actions with your values, about ensuring that your daily efforts are propelling you towards the future you envision. Now, let's talk about time. That most precious, most unforgiving of resources. We all have the same 24 hours in a day, yet some seem to achieve exponentially more than others. The difference lies not in the amount of time, but in how it's managed, how it's utilized. Creating a timeline, a realistic schedule for your goals is paramount. This is not about cramming every minute of your day with activity. It's about being intentional, about allocating specific blocks of time to your goals, and then, crucially, about protecting those blocks of time as if they were sacred appointments. Start by mapping out your existing commitments, work, family, existing obligations. Then identify pockets of time that can be repurposed, optimized, or dedicated to your goals. Perhaps it's waking up an hour earlier, dedicating your lunch break to a side project, or utilizing your evenings for skill development. Remember, consistency is key. It's far more effective to dedicate even 30 minutes a day, every day, to your goal, than to have sporadic bursts of activity followed by long periods of stagnation. Steady, consistent effort applied over time yields remarkable results. Now, you might be thinking, this is all well and good, but how do I keep track of it all? The milestones, the deadlines, the action steps. The answer, my friends, lies in organization. A disorganized mind, a cluttered workspace, these are the enemies of progress. They breed chaos, procrastination, and ultimately, stagnation. Thankfully, we live in an age where a plethora of tools and techniques exist to help us stay organized. From digital calendars and project management apps to the simple act of maintaining a physical planner, the options are endless. Find a system that resonates with you, that aligns with your workflow, and make it your own. The key is to centralize your information, to create a single source of truth for your goals, your deadlines, and your progress. This eliminates the mental clutter, the constant juggling act of trying to remember everything. It frees up cognitive bandwidth, allowing you to focus on what truly matters. Execution. Remember, organization is not about achieving some unattainable state of perfect order. It's about creating a system that supports your efforts, that reduces friction, and that allows you to navigate the complexities of your goals with clarity and focus. We come now to a crucial aspect of goal achievement, one that often separates those who dream from those who manifest their desires: commitment and consistency. You see, it's not enough to simply set a goal, to break it down, to plan meticulously. These are merely the preliminary steps. The real test, the true measure of your character, lies in your ability to stay the course, to remain committed, even when the initial enthusiasm wanes, when obstacles arise, and when the allure of procrastination beckons. This is where discipline comes into play. Discipline not in the sense of rigid self-flagellation, but as a form of self-respect, of honoring the commitments you've made to yourself. It's about showing up day after day, even when you don't feel like it, even when progress seems slow, because you understand that consistency, that unwavering dedication is the key that unlocks extraordinary results. Think of it like building a muscle. You wouldn't expect to see significant gains after a single workout, would you? No, it takes consistent effort, applied over time, to sculpt and strengthen the body. The same principle applies to our goals, to our aspirations. It's the consistent, disciplined effort, the unwavering commitment that transforms our ambitions into tangible realities. Now, as you progress on your journey, as you navigate the inevitable challenges and celebrate the small victories, it's essential to establish a feedback loop, a mechanism for monitoring your progress and making necessary adjustments along the way. This is not about becoming obsessed with metrics or succumbing to the tyranny of the spreadsheet. It's about maintaining awareness, about having a clear understanding of where you are in relation to where you want to be. Regularly review your progress against the timeline you've established. Are you on track? Are there areas where you're excelling? Are there aspects that are proving more challenging than anticipated? Honest self-assessment is crucial here. Don't shy away from identifying areas where you might be falling short. Remember, awareness precedes adjustment. This is also an opportune time to revisit your plan. Is it still relevant? Are there external factors that necessitate a shift in strategy? Flexibility is key. The path to success is rarely linear. Be prepared to adapt, to iterate, to refine your approach based on the feedback you're receiving. The key is to view this feedback loop not as a source of pressure, but as a tool for empowerment. It allows you to course correct, to optimize your efforts, and to ensure that you're consistently moving towards your desired destination. Now, as you navigate this journey of goal pursuit, it's crucial to remember that you don't have to go it alone. In fact, seeking support, leveraging the knowledge, skills, and experience of others can be a force multiplier, amplifying your efforts and accelerating your progress. This support can take many forms. It might involve seeking guidance from a mentor, someone who's already traversed the path you're on. It might involve joining a community of like-minded individuals, a tribe of peers striving towards similar objectives, or it might simply involve enlisting the support of friends and family, sharing your goals with them, and inviting them to hold you accountable. Don't underestimate the power of shared experience, of having a support system to celebrate your victories and provide encouragement during challenging times. Remember, vulnerability is not weakness, it's a sign of courage, of acknowledging that we don't have all the answers, and that seeking help when needed is a sign of strength, not a mark of inadequacy. The journey towards any worthwhile goal is rarely a solitary endeavor. Embrace collaboration, seek support when needed, and watch as your collective efforts propel you towards success. Motivation, that elusive force that propels us forward, that fuels our efforts when the going gets tough. Maintaining motivation over the long haul, especially when pursuing ambitious goals, can be a significant challenge. The initial excitement, the novelty of the pursuit inevitably fades, and we're left grappling with the day-to-day grind, the inevitable setbacks, and the ever-present allure of procrastination. So, how do we stay motivated? How do we keep the fire burning bright even when faced with adversity? The answer, my friends, lies in understanding the nature of motivation itself. You see, motivation is not some magical elixir that we either possess or lack. It's not a fixed trait, but rather a dynamic state influenced by a myriad of factors, both internal and external. One powerful technique is visualization. Take the time to vividly imagine yourself achieving your goal. Engage all your senses. What do you see, hear, feel? The more real you make it in your mind's eye, the more your subconscious will be wired to pursue it. Remember, motivation ebbs and flows. There will be days when you're firing on all cylinders, and there will be days when even getting out of bed feels like a monumental effort. The key is to have strategies in place for those inevitable dips in motivation. Now, let's address the elephant in the room, the inevitable reality of setbacks and obstacles. The path to any worthwhile goal is rarely a smooth, linear progression. There will be unexpected detours, unforeseen challenges, and moments when you question your sanity, your abilities, and the very wisdom of embarking on this journey in the first place. The key to navigating these turbulent waters lies in cultivating resilience, that indomitable spirit that allows you to bounce back from adversity, to learn from your mistakes, and to emerge from the crucible of challenge stronger and more determined than before. Resilience is not about avoiding failure, but about reframing it, about viewing setbacks not as defeats, but as opportunities for growth, as valuable lessons learned along the path to success. When faced with an obstacle, resist the urge to succumb to despair or to give up entirely. Instead, approach the situation with a mindset of curiosity. Ask yourself, what can I learn from this? How can I use this experience to refine my approach, to strengthen my resolve, and to emerge from this challenge even more equipped to achieve my goals? Remember, the only true failure is the failure to learn, to adapt, to grow. Embrace the inevitable obstacles, view them as opportunities for refinement, and watch as you transform from a passive recipient of circumstance into an active architect of your destiny. And finally, after the dust has settled, after you've celebrated your victories or perhaps licked your wounds, comes a crucial, often overlooked stage in the goal-setting process: reflection. This is not merely about basking in the glow of achievement or wallowing in the disappointment of defeat. It's about extracting wisdom from experience, about gleaning valuable insights that will inform your future endeavors. Take the time to revisit your journey, to retrace your steps from the initial spark of ambition to the final outcome. Whether it aligns perfectly with your initial vision or took unexpected detours along the way. Ask yourself, what worked well? What could have been done differently? What did I learn about myself, about my strengths, about my areas for growth? This process of reflection, of honest self-appraisal, is invaluable. It's about transforming experience into wisdom, about ensuring that your past efforts, your successes, and your failures alike serve as stepping stones towards future growth and achievement. Remember, life is not a series of isolated events, but rather a continuous journey of learning, of growth, and of evolution. Embrace the power of reflection, allow it to inform your future endeavors, and watch as you transform into the architect of your own extraordinary life. So there you have it, the 12-step roadmap to goal-setting mastery. But remember, knowledge without action is sterile. It's in the application, in the consistent effort, that these principles truly come alive. Don't wait for the perfect moment, for the stars to align, or for some external force to grant you permission. The time for action is now. Take that first step today. Define your goal, break it down, and craft a plan. Commit to the process, embrace the challenges, and never lose sight of the reason you embarked on this journey in the first place. Remember, the potential for greatness resides within each and every one of us. It's time to unleash that potential, to step boldly into the arena of life, and to transform your ambitions from fleeting dreams into tangible realities. The journey awaits.